This is he knows everything, bringing you that heat and fart. We keeping a foot on the wood, digs. We keeping a foot on the wood, digs. And like the Tibetan mastiff that I am, I'm applying what on immediate pressure. Because pressure does what? It versus pipes. See, this is why, when it's all said and done, that Andy Ruiz Jr. had no fucking business training with Cinammon dust of a horchata of Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez can't teach you how to win, especially teaching you some bullshit and fuck shit of shoulder roll. You are not Floyd Money Mayweather. You are not the full gamut. You are not TBE. You are Cinammon dust of a horchata of Alvarez. See, anybody that falls their ass up on the Cinammon dust of a horchata of Alvarez, they get the bad luck of cinnamon dust. If Andy Ruiz was serious about his boxing career, and Andy Ruiz was serious about any of his fucking affairs, then Andy Ruiz would have fell his ass up under Floyd Mayweather. He would have fell his ass up under something that was serious and significant. He would have fell his ass up under a situation that would have basically presented him something that was Transformers more than meets the eyes. The problem is as simple as this. Andy Ruiz got beat up by Chris Arreola of all fucking people. This is a guy that's beyond past his prime. And we're going to say this again, beyond past his prime. The fact that Andy Ruiz Jr. lost, it's a things that make you say, It's a things that make you say, but it's prevalent in teaching you a cardinal rule in boxing. Don't be with Eddie Reynoso. Don't be with Cinammon dust of a horchata of Alvarez. Because what it's going to yield you is nothing but losing. You have to understand the Reynosos and Cinammon dust of a horchata, their style is basically suited for boxing, gifting, judging decisions. Rehydration clauses. Paid to lose. Super paid to lose. Basically stripping you of a full 9 to 13 weeks of a fucking training camp. And now we got the new clause in i.e. sob stories, like Cinammon dust of a horchata is doing with his brother. Why do we care about you and your mafia story? See, this is why boxing, the three-pronged monster of economics, politics, and pugilism, comes in play. But Andy Ruiz don't listen. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. Your old trainer wasn't the fucking problem. It was the partying and the eating that was your fucking problem. Let me say it again. Your old trainer was not the fucking problem. It was the partying and the eating that was your fucking problem. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat killer fashion. Because with your old trainer, you dropped Anthony Joshua not one, not two, not three, but 4 times. You regressed him from AJ Devo that had AJ slurpering his fucking AJ Devo ways to basically him being back to denigrating of him being basically a guy that was brought back down to earth, a guy that had to go to Floyd Mayweather to train for Tyson fucking Fury. So you didn't do anything wrong. What you did wrong was party too fucking much. What you did wrong was eat too damn much. And if you listen to your old trainer that was telling you to take the second fight seriously, which we knew that fight was a paid to lose, a super paid to lose, and there was so many things that was basically in the clause behind it because Eddie Hearn took your ass all the way to Saudi Arabia, made the ring wider and bigger as fuck, and then you didn't take the shit serious. That's why a rapper in LL Cool J status had to get on your rabbit ass. LL Cool J is not a boxer, but he's qualified because he's a true alpha extraordinaire, governed by true alpha economics in terms of how he governs his affairs, in terms of how he stays in shape, in terms of how he could tell you that you're not taking your shit serious. See, when we sit here and look at Cinammon dust of a horchata of Alvarez, look at everyone who's fallen under this banner of Eddie Reynoso. Ryan Garcia getting dropped by Luke Campbell, running away from Gervonta Tank Davis because he knows Gervonta Tank Davis could literally tank his ass. Not want to know if you want smoke is free, but you can't smoke for free. If you want smoke is free, but you can't smoke for free. If you want smoke is free, but you can't smoke for free. If you want smoke is free, but you can't smoke for free. He don't want no free smoke because he knows that the free smoke is free, but it's going to charge and tax his ass if he fights Gervonta Tank Davis. Gervonta Tank Davis is going to put his ass on suicide watch, suicide alert, and hence is going to end his boxing career. So stay the Instagram model that you are at your truest and your most properest levels. But Andy Ruiz, you going with the cinnamon dust of a horchata, it's a things that make you say, It's a things that make you say, So in this most cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat two-teller fashion, it shows you as simple as this. That cinnamon dust of a horchata is not qualified to be the guy to teach you boxing. That Eddie Reynoso is not qualified to train you in boxing. And when any time that Eddie Reynoso gets robbed and gets put over the Derrick Jameses of the world, again, it's a things that make you say, It's a things that make you say, and it shows you and it reveals to you in its most cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat two-teller fashion is as simple as this. And when it's all said and done, that if you go with Eddie Reynoso, and you go with the likes of cinnamon dust of a horchata over Alvarez, you're going to get exposed because you're not going to get the caveat of the boxing gifting judging decisions, the rehydration clauses, the basically catch weights, the paid to losers, the super paid to losers, the stripping you of 9 to 13 weeks of training camps. Not gonna get none of that shit. You're not gonna get the caveat of sob stories. What you're going to get is exposed. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat two-teller fashion. So Andy Ruiz, you learned the cardinal rule in boxing. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. This is He Knows Everything. Check it out.